All right, good morning. It is 9 a.m., so we will call the meeting to order. And we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, next, we will do nominations for the election of the board chair.
Nominate Dewey Severson for board chair.
I'll second that.
Okay,
Unless Allison. No.
do we have any other nomination?
Make a motion to seize nominations.
Cast unanimous ballot.
I think I'm supposed to call 3 times.
Yeah.
Do you have any other nominations? And does anyone have any other nominations? I don't know if we need to do this, but all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations. Commissioner Severson, you are the board chair. And next you will call for vice chair.
I'll make a motion, Eric Johnson.
Second.
You're
Well,
right.
you're up now.
You're right.
You're still in charge.
No, you're chairman.
We have a nomination and second, any other discussion? Is there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? First of all, are there other nominations?
Yeah, you gotta call the vote.
All in favor of Mr. Johnson being vice chair, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, great. Now I get it. Approve the agenda that was submitted by Allison, written for correction.
I'll make an motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll second.
Further discussion? Being none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Carried. Previous minutes were submitted in our packet. Any additions or changes to the December 27, 2022 minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Question? Being none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Carried.
And I'm gonna abstain being I wasn't on the board, but I was present.
Any public comment? Yeah. Anybody else? Who would like to speak? Any public comment? Here to be, we go forward to our appointment, we have an item 5 appointment for the sealed bid of the official newspaper. This coming year, Prius, you have some bid packets. And we have some forms here.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, we got 2 bids this morning. One is for the Fillmore County Journal and one is for the Caledonia Argus. These bids were received before 12. One was received 12/1 and one was received 12/19. They were all received on time. And I will be opening I guess the Caledonia Argus bid first. And I have also included by your stations there. If you want to follow along and record the numbers, you can go ahead. You don't have to. Polly, Tableland here, my deputy is going to be recording the numbers down as well. So when we get finished, when we're finished, we'll see who the official newspaper will be for 2023. And each newspaper received the same bid form, so they have, everything should be in order. Okay, so once again, this is from the Caledonia Argus. The first line. Official proceedings of the county board and all notices required to be published in the county's official newspaper. Charge per inch bids to be based on 7-point type Arial font with an 8-point leading, $9. Miscellaneous notices that are not required to be published in the official newspaper. State legal rate, this and display rate per column inch. Legal rate is $9. Display rate is $9. Printing of 2022 financial statements. Charge per inch bids to be based on 7-point type Arial font with 8-point leading, $9. Publication of sample ballot information, and I guess the same information that they have, that's $9. Publication of tax forfeiture information, $9. And publication of delinquent tax list is $9. Respectfully submitted by the Caledonia Argus, Tanya Orbit. Anybody need any of those repeated?
They're all the same, I can do.
Yep. Okay, so the next one is from the Fillmore County Journal.
Do we have last year's quotes anywhere?
I'll send you. I don't know if you have, you just want to compare, you mean?
Hmm?
Are you saying you wanted to compare or?
Well, I was just, yeah, just curious.
Okay, well, right now, we probably don't have to, I mean, I can get it for you after the meeting
That's
if you'd
fine.
like.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay, so this was submitted. By Jason. Sethry from the Fillmore County Journal. He has a nice letter that went along with it, indicating how many, do you want me to read that to you, the letter, or at this time, or just go ahead with it? Pardon?
But read it.
Read it, okay. Houston County Commissioners, included with this letter, you will find our bid for the official newspaper of 2023. In addition, I have included a copy of our circulation verification audit to substantiate our circulation for the Houston County, Minnesota area. The circulation for Caledonia is 2,279 households and businesses, full zip code coverage. Eitzen, 193 households and businesses, full zip code coverage. Houston, 1,309 households and businesses, full zip code coverage. Spring Grove, 1,037 households and businesses, full zip code coverage. Total circulation in Houston County, Minnesota is 4,818. The current and future news coverage is Houston County government meetings, City of Caledonia, City of Houston, Houston School Board, City of Spring Grove School Board, Eitzen City Council, and Caledonia School Board. Competitive bid. We currently serve as the official newspaper for the county, Houston County Fair Board. When they publish their annual exhibitors guide and the event section the Saturday prior to the beginning of the Houston County Fair. When we publish the Houston County Fair sections, we expand our distribution to all households in Houston County, including the additional communities of La Crescent, Holka, and Brownsville. We have continuously received positive feedback from our readers in La Crescent, Holka, and Brownsville, and we may consider expansion in that direction as community interest and support makes that possible. In addition to publishing all notices and advertisements in the Fillmore County Journal, all notices and articles published in the newspaper also appear on the Fillmore County Journal website. This is completely free and accessible to the public. We feel that providing news free to the public is the best way to keep members of each community informed. Everyone in our coverage area receives the Fillmore County Journal for free. As of September 1st, 21, we opened an office in Caledonia, Minnesota. We are continuously looking for ways we can better serve the Houston County communities in our coverage area with local news relevant to them. Having an office in Caledonia has helped us become better connected with our readers and community as a whole. If you have any further questions regarding our bid for the official newspaper for 2023, please feel free to contact me at 507-765-2151 or jason@fillmorecountyjournal.com. Thank you for your consideration. Sincerest regards, Jason Guthrie, publisher, Fillmore County Journal. Okay, so that's the letter, and the official bids are as follows. Okay, official newspaper for 2023. Official proceedings of the county board and all notices required to be published in the county's official newspaper. $5. Miscellaneous notices that are not required to be published in the official newspaper. State legal rate and display rate per column inch. Legal rate is $5. Display rate is $5. Printing of 2022 financial statements. And again, the charge per inch is exactly the same, 7-point with Arial font with an 8-point letting, $5. The publication of sample ballot information is $5. The publication of tax forfeiture information is $5. And the publication of delinquent tax list. Houston County provides data in a typeset format with the delinquent list being published by only the successful bidder. And again, that's $5. Straight down the line, $5. Respectfully submitted, Fillmore County Journal, Jason Guthrie, publisher. So looks to me like the bid is $5, Fillmore County Journal. But actually, now later on down the line here, it looks like you will be adopting the resolution as an action item, so we'll wait for that, okay? You guys can talk about it, and my computer and manage the Zooms, and then we can talk about this stuff if you have any questions regarding the bid.
In that letter, he states that they have an office in Caledonia.
They do. Since 2021. So they are located in Caledonia.
It's a branch office.
Pardon?
It's a branch office.
Correct, branch office. And I believe Charlene is on, if you have any questions for her as well. Charlene from Fillmore.
We can have some more discussion when we get on the actual there, but it's been open. There's no other bids that you've seen or?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep, just the two bids we got.
Get a comment?
So if you have any more questions, you can ask me on Zoom, or like I said, Charlene's on Zoom as well, so. Okay.
First one.
On the first page at the bottom, Dewey. You could jump there now if you want, or you can wait.
Oh, we can do this after. Get on us some time to get down there.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Consent agenda, we have 2 items down there. In the employment status of eligibility worker, Jordan. For very to regular. The 18th of this month. Confirm the approval of the leave of absence for up to 10 years by Chief Deputy Brian Sweatford. Beginning tomorrow. Leave of absence with the 2 consent items.
Somebody explain the leave app to me.
When I read that, I assume, if he gets voted out and he can't be both chief deputy and sheriff is elected and chief deputy is as an employee. When I read it, is after 4 years from now, he decides or he's no longer, he wants to be able to come back. I believe that's a possibly a union.
It's just a state statute on the bottom.
It's a statute, yeah.
Right.
He has the right to return.
Very good, thank you.
And it's to retain his chief deputy position,
I believe it's,
or is it just deputy?
right, it has to be, similar position, I believe I have to look at that.
I guess that's kind of a dependent on the sheriff, but kind of, you
Well,
know,
because chief deputy's appointed, so,
correct by the sheriff.
yeah.
So those are the two things on the consent agenda.
I'll move to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that.
Further discussion? There being none, all in favor say aye.
I,
Opposed say nay. Carried. Action item, first one will be, resolution 2301, designating the 2023 official newspaper. Just received bids from the Fillmore County Journal and Argus. Discussion.
One question. With regard to the Fillmore County Journal office, is there somebody in that office? How often is somebody in that office?
I think they have. I believe they have certain hours, and Charlene, if you're on, could you add a little bit to that?
Yes, my hours are in the office in Caledonia are Monday through Thursday, 9 to 3 o'clock, except for Tuesday mornings when I'm attending the Houston County Commission meeting.
I was just curious how often there was somebody from Fillmore County Journal at the office. So that answers the question. Thank you, Shirley.
You're welcome.
what a difference in bid.
They have not after a while too.
$4 an inch difference.
Do a lot of public.
Is there much of a difference in the circulation for free circulation for the residents of Houston County?
For the free, you said?
Right.
Um,
They listed off, Fillmore County listed off where they mail for free
Right.
to certain areas. I didn't see Holka, but I know they can have them at the Quick Trip in McCresson. Does the Caledonia Argus mail out any for free, or is it strictly subscription?
yeah,
Except for the, we call it the shopper, which has our OGITs, and our ad, that gets sent out for free. And the actual content that's created, that subscription.
One of the things I run into with local government is people saying, we never knew about it. We never knew about it. So what's gonna get our word and our minutes and our public postings out to the residents of the county for the best too?
well, they do post them online too,
Right.
and I don't know, Jason, maybe Jason or Charlie, you can answer or coverage over by like Western Hope area. And you mentioned Brownsville in the letter.
What are the other?
Charlie?
Oh, Jason's on too.
Yeah, this is Jason. What was the question again?
The coverage for La Cresse and Hoke area. For your paper.
Yeah, we do rack distribution in Brownsville. We've got the River Station in Hoka. We have Quick Trip in La Crescent. We have Quillens and Quick Trip. Hoka and Brownsville would be our next consideration, advancing in that direction, but we will never commit to full distribution in an area until we know that we can cover their city council and also school board. Because if people pick up a paper and there's nothing relevant in there for them, then they're not gonna read the paper. So if we're gonna advance in that direction, it's a substantial investment to add Hoka, Brownsville, and La Crescent, especially La Crescent, with the size of community that it is. It's on our radar. It just it basically boils down to the investment that has to happen to be able to. We got to be able to support that move, but it's on our radar.
Okay, thank you.
Are there a limited number of free ones that are distributed right now though?
Free copies typically, because we do have like a rack in La Crescent. Typically we fill the rack up and then they're gone. It's about between Brownsville, Hoka, and La Crescent, and they have limited amount of space for papers, but it's probably around 100 copies.
You,
So Jason, this. Probably shouldn't ask this question, but. You ever considered dropping the Fillmore part?
Yeah, that's come up in conversation with quite a number of people. I think the bigger challenge is when it comes to printing the paper, and you have one press run. If you split them into two, it actually becomes significantly more expensive, even if you're printing the same amount of copies. And part of the issue is the cost of press plates and everything that goes along with that. Changing over. It has been talked about. There's a number of different directions we could go with that, but that has been also a consideration.
$5 to $9 is a substantial difference as far as price. 50%.
I make a motion, we accept Fillmore County Journal's bid for the official newspaper for 2023.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Further discussion? Being none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Carried. Number 2 on the back side here, consider allowing Southport officer using on 1 point full-time equivalent extension to remain in place until further discussion regarding position can take place. Current full-time FTE. So I want to revert back to 0.95 currently on 1/1/23.
I think they paid,
Yes.
they paid, it might have paid something else, I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
So this is just a request to keep Liza's position as is. It was due to revert back to 0.95 status on January 1st. They are requesting that it just be kept at full-time for now until an upcoming work session. From what I understand, you are scheduled to discuss staffing in that department at the upcoming work session. So
This was originally, we came in December of 21 to increase Liza to a 1.0. And then we had to do another in, I believe, July of 22 to get her to this point. And we are requesting until we can make a decision that she stays at that 1.0.
She's at the 1.0 correct right now,
Correct.
and they want to jump her back to the 0.95.
We want to keep her at 1.0. And we would like that until the board makes the final decision. But with the workflow and the workload, a 1.0 fits that position better at this point in time. So we're just asking that continue until you can take official action.
We would have the workshop. It's probably for another 30 days.
I'm making a motion that we continue the full-time status of Liza beyond
Just an extension.
as an extension of that full-time status.
I'll second it.
Motion made, second, any further discussion? Being none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Carried.
thanks.
The next one will be resolution 23-42. Authorization to use an alternative method of disseminate bids and requests. Ryan and Donna. Ryan.
Yeah, good morning, commissioners. So this is something that the county highway department does every year. It's allowed for us to advertise for our bids using an online bidding method that the majority of the counties around the state uses. So the contractors are all used to going to a couple of these other sites instead of looking at the local newspapers. So it's a way to get a lot more bidders from around the state or around southeast Minnesota.
Basically how we are receiving the bids, electronically instead of all paper, perhaps.
Yeah, it's how we send out our advertisements for the bids. We post them all online. We put all of our documentations online, and then we do receive them back through the online bidding too.
Thoughts?
It's the way everybody does it. That's technologies.
I make a motion, we adopt the resolution 2302.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Further discussion? There being none, all in favor say aye. Opposed, say nay. Carried. Down what's next to consider adopting resolution 2303, accounting powers granted merchant bank.
Okay, commissioners, this is an annual resolution that I asked the board to approve that just gives the county treasurer, myself, and Carol Lapham and board chairman to endorse checks and order payments of money, otherwise withdrawals and whatever from the financial institution for the year from Merchants Bank.
I'll make a motion to grant the powers.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Discussion. There being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Carried. Next one, resolution number 23-04, account powers bank granted bank granted of the Bank of the West, I guess. Okay. Again, this is a similar deal.
Yeah, commissioners, even though, we have switched banks to Merchants Bank, we have to continue to do business with the Bank of the West until this all gets finished. It's probably going to be a good 6 months, and I'm guessing something like that before everything's all finalized. So I have to do a resolution to do the same thing to allow myself, Carol Lapham, and the board chairman to write checks and any payments and withdrawals.
Make a motion to grant the powers.
Second. I'll second. Discussion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Carried. Next is consider approving resolution 2305, account powers granted SB banking.
Okay, commissioners, this is the same kind of deal with ESB banking. Just to grant powers for myself, and I don't have it in front of me right now, but I think it's oh yeah, it's just myself and Carol Lapham to make withdrawals and open any checking accounts at ESB banking. We don't write a lot of checks out of there. We just deposit money into like investments and soil and water. We have soil and water accounts there, and some other accounts like the money market account that we keep a pretty good balance, and we keep that there. And so in order to make withdrawals, I have to have 2 signatures, and that's myself and then Carol Lapham as finance director.
Move to approve.
Second.
I'll second it.
For the discussion. Being none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Carried. Next is Carol, consider approving resolution 23-06, 2023 annual appropriation.
So you
you received a list of the appropriations. These have actually all been approved through our budget that was adopted the last meeting of December. We typically had you adopt the resolution in January also. Kind of redundant, but now you have a list.
Yeah,
all
we should have had
together.
this. Should have been, we should have the list first, shouldn't we? When
Well,
we-
they're all
we-
included in the budget that you,
Right. We could, go ahead, Bob.
Well, you finish your question.
Sort of a formality.
Right. So like the Celco appropriation, 189,650, that's our standard.
right, it doesn't include the ARPA funds that are being,
So how is that being, is that a separate appropriation that we're gonna do? Or?
we do every year. It's the, it's the annual appropriation that we do. We send it to Celco, they bill us quarterly, they distribute it to the libraries,
But
5
it's gonna be,
libraries.
it's kept separate from this list here.
Question you
No.
asked me, did about the article.
The ARPA money is a separate approval altogether. And we'll do that probably next week to get that sent to them.
Another thing too, Dave Walters from the Soil and Water requested $11,000 increase in his appropriation.
Yeah, and you didn't necessarily act on it, so we can do that again to increase that. They won't get that money until June. So they get their appropriation in June and December.
So then that's when we approve it then?
We'll have a discussion prior to that. I know in the minutes it says, that Dave hoped you would consider approving an increase, but I guess we didn't really say that, yes, we were going to.
You make the formal request. Formal request or. Asking for that.
Well, he
made a
did his
formal request.
presentation and he,
It was
So-
never an actual action item,
We never,
so
no,
it's not official as
It
of now.
wasn't-
but when you approve this list. That's an action item that's approving this list and then it's over with, right? Or no?
well,
We could add
it's still going to be a budget amendment. Because our
Alright.
budget says the amount that's in there right now. And we'll add actually, wasn't it 15,000? That they asked for?
No, it's 11. It'd been 100, instead of 129, he's asking 140.
Whatever, the 129 is what it was. We have to have a separate action to bring it up 11 or 15, whatever it is. And that has to be done before June.
And this is already in the budget. so-
Right.
Yeah, these are amounts that are in the budget that were approved in December.
The Selco money, the only question I'm gonna ask is with regard to that. This is what we've appropriated. We have to wait until the contracts come back. I mean, we don't have a signed contract with Selco yet. They're sending it all through their different libraries and then it's coming back. That's for,
Oh,
Right.
okay.
For the extra.
well, for the 189 too.
Yeah.
They approve. And then we.
And I'm assuming once we get the signed contract back, they will send us the bill for the first quarter.
So,
Pretty sure they will.
yeah, because, so is that 3% in this 189?
2%.
2%.
It is.
It is.
So that got added in.
Yes.
So long as we aren't sending them any money until we've got a signed contract.
I'll make the motion to approve those annual appropriations.
Okay, is there a second,
I'll second it.
further discussion? Being none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Carried. Next, we can consider appointing update committee assignments list, provided one email and that's the one in front of us. I'll note that Commissioner Crowe had opportunities in advance, so he's ready to take all the committees on and take a year off. guess we'll go through, step by step here. Community Services, Standing Committee, since this past 2 years, actually, Bob and I've been on that. I'd like to stay on personally, but there's thoughts, or does anybody else want it, first of all?
That's fine.
Just a quick clarify too, so some of the things in yellow have been updated or edited. And then Teresa should be in pink, just so that we can see where we for sure need to make a change.
Yellow is on. I don't have yellow. This is the yellow you're talking about?
Yeah,
Right.
yellow in there.
For example, 8:05 AM meetings, you'll see in yellow. Instead of. It's.
This is just when they meet.
Okay,
I'm gonna make one notation in advance here. Got 2 years left on my turn. I would like to get on the personnel committee. When we get down to that, just throw my 2 cents up there right now. I'm fine with community services. I don't care about, that's fine.
probably better work off this. Big sheet here.
Yes.
This one just follows it down.
So 2, give me a minute, unless if they don't want it. The public health and human services, first one, veterans person. If not, Bob and I.
That's fine.
Okay.
Good.
Land use public works standing committee, that. See. People who are involved in that. Why do you get in the land use?
I'll stay on there, because, we're going to the comprehensive land use plan, so I feel it's important to stay on there. But maybe, I don't know, if you want to be on it because you're on that PNT or not, but that's, I'll say I'll stay on it.
Okay, I'm just gonna make, because of my involvement with a large city, I'm not involved in the rural area like Mr. Johnson is, perhaps somebody who is.
That's fine.
Rural areas, that would be, because in all honesty, the comp plan affects that more than a populated area.
It was Teresa's in the first place, so then he's taking her place, he can, if he's okay with it, just.
That's a 2-person committee and not an alternative.
Yep, 2-person committee, we meet every,
So it's
Second Tuesday.
so- That's fine.
You know what about? Very good, thank you. Next is finance standing committee, this past year with, Greg and I, basically was commissioner or chairman and vice chairman, and stuff, what we'd like to continue, or what's anybody else want to get on to it? If you're interested in going on to it. Somebody else want to be in the planning? I'll just get used to it by the end of the year.
No, you want to stay on, that's fine. I have no desires to be on.
Okay. Anybody else wanna?
Greg wanna stay on it? But
Yeah, I guess I'm just getting to know it a little bit now.
You want to stay on too, Greg?
Yeah, I guess so.
Moving on to the personnel committee, Bob indicated that. Thoughts?
Well, I'd like to stay on.
Okay, so. Bob, you're interested?
interested in question, whether Greg will let me go.
I'm just kind of getting to learn that too.
You know,
2 years left on my term, I'd like to be on.
and my feeling is that, we got contracts pretty well settled, so the hard work is done, now it's the day-to-day things of people coming and going. If you'd like to, other advantages. Accessible. My thoughts.
Well, it's like I said, I like the opportunity to be on the personnel.
Further discussion? Shit.
So I'm not on the personnel.
Excuse me?
I'm not on the personnel then?
No,
Well, I guess I'll give it up then.
ADA,
We never hardly meet.
no. Okay, I guess it's,
I don't fact, I don't really remember meeting at all.
not 2 years ago.
I'll stay on it.
I'll stay on. Airport Commission, right now, Greg and Bob are on that, and they're the ones that are, their districts are involved.
I'm okay with it.
Greg, you okay with it?
Yep.
Canvassing work that there is, to be determined, right?
Yep.
We can move on to mortality review team. Fortunately, I have not been involved in any of that in the last year or so I can stick with that. TJC Safety Committee, Ms. Bird is on it, current.
Rarely does that meet.
Excuse me?
Doesn't meet. Or at all.
We keep met once.
Hence the hardly at all.
Any comment? Want to stay on it?
Nobody wants it, they can have it out.
So being, Bob, you'll take it then?
I'll stay.
All right. Committee for closing courthouse emergency situations, guess that there is assigned because of what I got earlier here. Highway engineer, sure. and the other
But,
stuff.
yeah, it usually goes, so you'll be on there and the sheriff and highway, that's just standard.
Which one are we on?
The committee for
Closure of the courthouse and emergency situation.
Bottom of page 4.
I know it, but on my list here,
Greg installed,
Greg's that, but that's chairman, so it
Yep.
goes them.
Right.
Okay.
It goes to Dewey.
CJCC committee. Teresa and Bob have been on that, maybe explain more about what it is, Bob.
It's the Criminal Justice Center Committee. We talk about what the state is bringing down and what's going on in the courthouse, and it really doesn't affect the county board of health perspective that they're doing what the state dictates.
Well, Teresa was an alternate, so. Commissioner Schultz. Be an alternate.
Great. Okay, the highway committee is building is done, so that. Parks Committee. I'm on that with Ms. Burns, I'd like to stay on, to be honest with you.
Somebody wants to be on it, I'm fine. Either way.
I'll take the Parks Committee, I guess.
Greg?
Since I lost one, I'm gonna have to have one back.
Bob's getting off and Greg's getting on.
And that basically has needed, Greg, that we for a couple, 3 times a year, it's beginning of the year, end of year. And we have problems. If that's what happened.
Biggest thing on that is gonna be the new contract for management of the park.
Right. And we have members of the public, I hear, Dick Walter. and First engineer, Board of Adjustment. Does not affect us, we have. Everybody is.
Yeah.
Until the end of the year.
There's some updates there, so
Excuse me.
there were some recent updates there.
Yeah, there was 2, Franklin Hahn and Ken Visker was reappointed in their last meeting.
Oh, here on Ken Anderson. Well, that goes till 23, okay. Good there. Planning Commission, right now, we put Greg here out there, and Eric, here, the alternative.
I'll
Stay on, Greg?
Yeah, I'll stay on.
Greg?
I'll stay as an alternate.
Greg? Any further discussion? Safety Committee. Oops, Feedlot Advisory Committee.
No, that's no more.
Okay. Then Safety Committee, Bob, you on that?
That's also something that doesn't meet.
As needed.
Yep.
Who do we get in contact with, besides if we need it? Some of these committees we wonder.
Somebody like the sheriff or somebody wants to call it.
Sure, it could be.
Or Donna, we have an administrative golf course.
Good. AMC District Committees, environmental and natural resources, Eric, that's been on it. Continue.
I'll stay on it.
Bob, you've been on transportation committee for our district. You want to stay on it? Teresa and Tass has been human services committee. For our area. You interested in that? I'll take over that. And Greg, you've been on the government committee. You want to stay on that?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'll stay with public safety. AMC Delegate Assembly.
Everybody.
Basically all of us. So we'll put Bob in there, Teresa Willis. This basically is our deal and go up to convention.
Yep.
And when we get to the convention, each one has a way they go to a first convention. Okay, ABC Board of Directors, these are all under. Have that anymore?
That's an appointed, not a member of the board.
Yeah, that's just an appointed position.
I see it expired in May of 2020.
Yeah, it might not no longer be.
Pick one up. find
Yeah.
out what-
We'll skip that one.
Skip. Okay. And then the Bear Creek Watershed, Greg, you've been on that for some time, you want to continue?
Yep, I guess I can stay on there.
It's in your district, so.
Yeah. Most of them.
Makes sense. Gulf Country Multi-County Housing and Redevelopment Authority, you've been doing that, they still quarterly meeting pretty much?
Yep.
Okay. Board of Health. This is where all of us work with Gilmore County, it's one of my veterans. Beyond that, the rest of us. There's the list of the dates for your calendar, Bob. Took me 2 meetings before I realized we're supposed to go on, like the first one, that soon. Okay, moving on to the CHS Advisory Committee, also known as 13 Task Force.
These are appointed.
All appointed, so I'm a representative, I guess, and I'll take on that. Community Health Services State Delegate, also known as SCA.
Check.
Anyway.
Teresa was on it.
Says alternative, so she only went if that Mitch couldn't go.
Well, they usually switch off every other year.
Between the two counties.
Yeah. So. I don't remember now, was Mitch taking over again? I think,
He was for 22. His expires on December 31st. And so did Teresa, so we have, I think we have the primary for 23.
Houston County.
Houston County does.
Would it be fair to Bob, we come on primary right away, or having the alternative, see if Mitch should do it one more year? No mixes.
Well, either that or one of us, but would you want to be on that or not?
One of them would be great.
Yeah.
Might as well jump right in.
He's primary, but it's a group.
Right.
A group, I mean.
It'd be the president of the Fillmore or vice president of Fillmore, Houston County.
Does it say when they meet?
3 times a year we meet or 2?
It's quarterly. And then. Yeah, for Shack, I'm not sure on that.
The Community Health Services State Delegate, so it's a state meeting. And he would be our primary representative at the state meeting, whether all the counties are. The members of SHAC are there, so you go and represent us, you don't have to be in charge of the meeting, or anything. You're just the primary representative. That's what we're.
Go for it, Bob.
And we should contact Fillmore and tell them that it's our expectation that we're primary and whoever they appoint is the alternative.
You want me to do that or?
I think Donna, you could call Fillmore and tell them what we've done as far as that community health services delegate for SHAC.
They'll get us good.
Yep. I can do that.
Thank you, Don.
Thank you.
Crooked Creek Watershed District, all appointees that appear to be. Economic Development Authority, we've been. Eric and I have been on that for the last couple of years. I'd like to continue.
Yeah, I'll stay on.
Have a meeting tomorrow morning at 8:05 now.
Yes, we do.
Extension Committee, Chris has been on that for several years.
I'll stay on it too. She was on one of the state committee too. Now I took over Teresa's spot.
You took over state. Okay. Anybody else?
Great, would you wanna,
What's that?
would you wanna be on there? or
What's that?
Extension committee,
Yeah, I can go on there, I guess.
Is there? To Family Services, on the fifth, Bob, you've been on that?
Yep. I can stay on it, it doesn't mean a lot. But with the schools and whatnot, so.
Again, who determines when they meet?
You get a notice.
Yeah, we will. Management Council, county member, only. People from the
members of the management council.
I want the mental health center, I've been alternate to that. Bob, you want to stay primary?
Well, I'll stay primary. They made me vice president of the executive.
Well, then you better stay. Hey, anybody
Like,
interested?
sounds like a lifetime appointment.
No, not here.
Anybody else want to alternate? I want the Valley Resource Conservation Conservation and Development Area, that could be appointments. And that. Juvenile detention facilities, and that's up in. See. Detention center for Rockland here. Guess that's an appointment.
Is that the one that closed though? The detention center in Rochester?
I heard of some center, but I don't know which one.
It's a juvenile detention center that closed. Is that the one?
They just need a representative from the counties.
It just isn't open.
Okay, the Travis County Solid Waste Policy, I'll alternate, and regional primary. Step up on that, meaning it's both in my area for travel, stuff like that. So anybody else want to be the alternate?
Let's make Bob open.
Bob is alternate, good. And MCIT voting delegate, Bob and Teresa. And explain it to us, Bob, what you do.
MCIT is our insurance company, so we have discussions with regard to the policies, what we need to do, what we should do, what it takes in order to maintain our insurance with MCIT.
Something you just found out that you're.
Yep.
At AMC,
on that out of the MC meeting.
This
was
last,
never-
this last one, yeah.
Yeah.
That he's voting delegate.
So if somebody wants it, they can have it. I wasn't morally,
Like to keep it?
I can keep it, that's fine.
Okay. Who wants to be alternate? Bob? And the MCCC voting delegate, Carol,
It's a lifetime appointment.
one watershed, one plan. Derek, you're the primary currently. And then Bob has been the alternate. You can follow that very closely.
I'd like to stay on it.
Good. Burns?
Well. Does Greg or Bob want to be on that from a township point of view?
Doesn't matter to me. What do you want, Bob?
It's an alternate position, so if I can't make it, I'd have to call one of you guys.
Yeah, been very good.
I'll take it, I guess.
Greg's got it, very good. And Southeastern Minnesota Emergency Medical Joint Powers Board. That's Teresa's, that's just kind of as needed, I recall.
Teresa was involved as far as the emergency services people.
I deal with the Emergency Communication Board, so they kind of coincide. I'll do that emergency medical. Southeast Minnesota Emergency Management Board, that's our people that are over in sheriff's department. Southeastern Regional Emergency Communication Board. I'll stay on that, it's, getting both the options for quarterly. Anybody interested in being alternate?
Bob Schultz, you want me on there?
I can take that spot if nobody does.
Okay, Bob. And then, Selco Board of Directors, Bob, you're on it, right?
I'm on that. Quarterly meetings. Typically in Rochester. And it's about the library services and whatnot. We settled our contract for 3 years, so it's gonna be a relatively easy committee to be on, as far as that's concerned, although I'm on, they want the board, all the board members to be on one committee. I'm on the maintenance facilities committee. There's parking lot, building, and whatnot. So if somebody wants it, it's fine by me. I can stay on it, or somebody wants to take it.
That's a lifetime.
Eric, you want to stay as the alternate on that? then?
Nice.
Simcat. And there.
I'll stay as alternate.
So cool, is it?
That was just libraries.
That means over here.
Well. On Selco, was Eric gonna be the alternate, or was Bob gonna be the alternate?
I think I didn't have Bob go on it.
Unless Bob wants to be alternate, that's fine.
No,
Oh, I heard you.
Are we on Selco or Semco? Selco,
Selco, I
For Selco, Teresa was originally listed in here anyway as the alternate. And
Oh.
Bob, you said, Eric, do you want to stay? So maybe that was a typo
Oh.
on our end.
Oh, let me see this here.
I mean, I don't know, but you guys were,
Teresa is the, was the alternate.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, well then I'll,
do more Selco.
Commissioner Schultz, you want to be alternate? That's fine.
No, you're good.
Grandfather did.
like what? Okay.
So Eric and Bob are Selco reps, with Bob being the first and Eric is the alternate. All the same guy.
Okay,
And Bob and Eric been on that past and both wish to continue with it.
That's fine.
I do. Southeastern Minnesota Tourism Association, I never have been contacted by the group, so I'll stay with it, just wait for my call. Not a better word unless somebody wants it. Okay. And Seven Rivers Alliance, looks like we're all on that. Yep. And I
So the EDA works with the Seven Rivers Alliance a lot. So if you have any questions, I mean, let me know, but they're working with us on the childcare initiative, for example, Chris Hardy, their executive director, comes to all of our meetings, so. Every now and then they'll meet in Houston County, and when they do, I'll let you know, but they serve pretty wide regions, so it's been a while since their whole board has met here.
Okay, so our involvement would be like. Probably.
So the Seven Rivers Alliance, they're, it's like a group that helps promote economic development in the Seven Rivers region. So they, you know, when we have our career fair, they help spread the word on their end. They have a newsletter. We put some of our information in it. Like I say, Chris is helping with our childcare initiative, but they normally don't call the commissioners to meet. A few years ago, their regular board of directors met here, and then the commissioners were invited. But they have a huge region, so if they're in Houston County, I'll let you know, but otherwise they just kind of help us with some EDA stuff.
Basically, this is just a change from taking Teresa off and putting Bob in.
Yep.
Right.
And moving on to the smart trails. In my year plus of that, I haven't got any contact with them.
They've been contacting me.
They did.
Yeah, I see that. You were alternate.
Yeah, but
Did you get any?
I wonder if that's
Yeah.
right. I could have swore you were the primary, Bob, but maybe doesn't look like it here, does it? No.
So if and when we have more bike trail information, we can get that to you to share with them. That would kind of be the thing there.
I think Dewey should be the primary. Because of the bike trail, and then maybe you were because of your district.
As an alternate.
However you guys want to do it, but
I think,
yeah, I mean, your
That's
district are
fine.
the ones that are affected by the bike.
That's fine.
no, our area and Eric and Phil test on smart trails. I never got a call at all from them.
I'll get that scored.
So did you meet 6 times in Rochester?
I was up there 3 times. They had some canceled meetings,
Okay.
and one was, and there was also a Zoom.
Township Officers Association, Teresa and Eric have been the reps on that. Maybe quarterly or?
Yeah.
I guess I can take Teresa's spot unless you want it, Bob.
All right, Rick, somebody in there will represent us.
Well, I can give that up. If Bob, Commissioner Schultz would like to be on it.
Which, whatever you want.
I'll give it up and let Commissioner Schultz. Got to divvy this up a little bit.
This is Bob and Rick will be township officer.
They must email you then too.
Yeah.
And moving on
So he needs to
to,
give me an email.
officers on the page. Might need something on here. Oh, water planning committee. Which is page 20. All the folks that are on that. Those are all appointments, so here.
Yeah, I've been on that one, and then there's the representatives from the county departments. Really, well, I just not getting any more smart. I'll stay on that.
Very good.
Is that actually going to continue?
I don't know, that's, we gotta have more discussion. Cause there's been discussion on since the WinLAC gets developed here, whether it needs to keep going or not. I'll bring that up on our next meeting.
Water planning committee. They to have people involved. Okay, because Dave Walter is on the WinLAC. Okay, moving on to workforce development. Frank Howard, community. Teresa ever share what on that committee, would that go along with EDA? That makes sense.
Yeah, I think this is like, is this like WDI?
WDI.
Workforce development.
So yes, we work with workforce development on a regular basis through EDA, but they do meet, they do a lot of different things. They help anyone find jobs with local employers in Houston County.
So this is more for the employee or EDA, sometimes for the employer. Assessment.
WDI works with both. So they're a partner in like the Bluff Country Collaborative, which is the initiative that we have between the schools and the businesses. If a business is closing, they help displaced workers. They have a lot of different services. So
Yes. Contract with them.
there you go.
Or family cash, the county contracts with them.
Anybody interested on that?
It's a joint powers, so is this we joint with Fillmore? Or it's just with?
They serve, they have a
Big-
region. that
Yeah,
serves
it's quite a big
their
region.
Yep, all right.
Hampton County there, Homestead,
Yep,
us.
yep.
So.
Well,
I think they do meet sort of regularly too.
Yeah, it's a regular, pretty much regular meeting.
Who had it, Teresa?
Teresa had it, so someone's gotta pick her up.
I'll take it.
The workforce one?
Yes. Unless you like that.
No. I'm just asking, make sure I'm in the right place.
It's wind lag, which affects basically Winona and Crescent area. We were on it, Teresa and I on together, he was primary, I was second. Which I could step up if Bob, you'd like to be Schultz, you'd like to
Do the alternative.
be alternate. And there's a lot of notes that Teresa has, I don't have, that get both of us, we can know what's going on.
Yeah.
For the most part, we need to find food. But the king, what do I know? And then the last page is appointed offices,
Yeah, that's just.
Information.
So if you take this sheet,
Mhm.
run the axis. I don't look at the alternative. Do it. Dewey, I run down the line on yours, 2, 3. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12.
Oops.
You're the chairman, you get to do all the.
I did the same thing last year.
I got 18 for you. I just want everybody. Eric, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10. You're at 12. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 14, 16 on mine. We got Bob, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. 7. Then Greg's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. We've got 12. So I think, Dewey, you should give up a little bit.
Yeah, I can do
I
that.
can give up something,
Well,
and then Bob can get a whole bunch.
some of these you don't, some of these you don't even meet.
I know it. I'm just saying.
So, I mean, does number matter?
Well, some of them like to say that their mortality thing. That doesn't
You never meet.
never meet. First, the finance, I could give that up. Anybody interested in the finance part?
Well,
Yeah.
it'd be nice, it's to have some consistency to with, cause it takes there's a learning curve there too. And I'm not saying Bobby couldn't handle it, I'm just saying that, I guess you gotta get your feet wet sometimes, so
Mhm.
it doesn't matter.
I'll give up the community services thing. Oh, no, we have to also worry about some second Tuesday, I mean,
I'm on a second Tuesday one,
we're already.
yeah, land use.
Right. What else? That Southern Minnesota Tourism Association. Again, that was one I didn't meet, nobody called. So I can give that one up.
Yeah, but you don't meet, so what's the difference?
I'm just saying.
So let's just go down the line then on your 18th. On the ADA committee, you meet very often? No. So that doesn't count. Child mortality, you don't meet very often. That doesn't count. Courthouse closure and emergency service time.
That's as needed basis,
Yeah, so
so,
that doesn't meet very often.
yeah, so you're down
Parks
to what,
committee, we
14
need-
now?
Parks, you meet some, don't you, do it?
Yeah.
That's Wildcat.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
If you want, if I need more, I could take that or
I
whatever.
was gonna say, I can step down from that.
Well, but Greg was gonna do
Greg
it
is,
and do
Greg has
it.
moved over to
So
that.
you do, if you wanna give that up to Bob Schultz,
There's no continuity.
yeah, that's.
See, that's the thing, is continuity thing we talked about.
Honestly, I think it's fine.
I think it's fine too. And, you know, this can, if we can't make meetings, we can ask our alternate to do it. You know. Just communicate and give a heads up, all that.
I'd like to ask for one of these. I'll scribble on it.
Yeah, so what we're gonna
I
do
think
is,
Molly's been keeping track.
yep, so by motion, you guys will approve the entire works. And then Polly and Donna are gonna update it, and then I'm gonna double check it, and then, or vice versa, we'll all double check each other. And then, yes, everybody will get an updated, clean copy of both.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah, I think so.
I just got one question. I got confused between a cell phone and a cell cat. There was some names that,
What page is
Yeah.
that on?
if I was just. People were. The Roberts.
That's the one I got snipped.
Okay, which one are you guys talking about now?
Delco and Semcac, Donna, do you know what page that's on?
I have a long sheet. I have a legal sheet. Mine's 15, but yours is not a legal sheet. Sorry.
Semcac, I've got Bob and Eric. Delco, I've got Bob and Eric.
And is Eric the alternate then? For Semcat,
For both.
for both? Salco, Bob and Eric? Is this Bob Schultz now or Bob Burns?
Burns.
We got.
Okay.
We got stuck with a nickname.
I mean, are you Bob and you're Robert now, or?
Yeah. Okay, so I've got Semcac as Bob Burns and Eric Johnson alternate. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then Selco, I've got Eric and Bob Burns alternate,
No, no.
or is it Bob Schultz?
Bob's.
Semcac is gonna stay as is.
Oh, so Bob Schultz alternate.
No,
No, I'm talking about Selco now.
yeah, it's Burns and Johnson as alternate, right?
Yeah.
That's where it was.
Okay, could you say that one more time? Because you were all talking at the same time. That's right. So we're on Selco now, on Selco.
Bob Burns is the primary, Eric Johnson's the alternate.
Oh. I missed that totally then.
See, there was confusion because of this sheet.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so Selco Board of Directors is Bob Burns. Will stay the same. And then Eric Johnson is alternate.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, and then Semcac is Bob Burns with Eric Johnson as alternate. Okay. And I think I have one more question. The Southeast Minnesota Emergency Medical Joint Board. Is Dewey replacing Teresa?
Yes,
Okay. And the workforce development, that was a little confusing too. So who ended up, did Bob Burns taking that or is it
Do
Bob?
look at that.
Not me.
Workforce development, I took,
Dewey? Okay,
yeah, I can hand that off if somebody else wants it.
okay. And township officers is Greg Myrie. Took Teresa's place and then Bob Schultz. Second,
Correct. Yep,
Correct.
and then the soil and water Winlack, the last one now. Who actually who took Teresa's place?
I took a primary on the Winlack and Bob Jones was the alternate on that.
Okay, Dewey's the primary?
Yep.
Okay,
Holly's got it too, so.
yeah, but we compare and I want to make sure that,
Yep.
okay. All right, that sounds good then. I think I've got them all now.
Anything else on the,
One question on this listing that we have here, and that's for Carol. Carol, on the, the policy on Houston County Commissioners per diem payment, what's their mileage? What's the 2023 mileage reimbursement?
What they changed in July,
58.
yeah. Well, they changed it here.
Well, I just wanted to know, I didn't see it, I wanted to make sure we had it.
any other questions, comments on the committees? On the action item.
Well,
Yeah.
at number 8 now, you have to actually approve everything you've just discussed.
I'll make a motion that we approve our the Commissioners Committee.
I'll second it.
Other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Carry. Oh, we can move on. Anything, nothing else on action? Discussion time. I guess one question I had, did we have our department head meeting back in December or not because of the holiday?
Yes.
The holiday.
Not because of the, okay, I was going through the list. Okay, and,
Will there'll be an updated list on that too, won't there, coming?
Yeah. They just listed all, but all of your. I was kind of waiting to see if they can pick their mileage rate, but. They didn't appear.
But like for department head meetings,
I'll
you'll
get that.
gather the list up and, cause those are, you could, I guess you could come up to if you want. Zoom or. Yeah. So Bob, we
Split them. up.
have monthly department head meetings.
And the commissioners rotate 2 at a time.
Just rotates.
You come up with a schedule or someone will.
Carol will, and she'll send it to you.
there's usually two commissioners and then, what happens is if you're involved in this month's commissioner meeting, as a commissioner, you'll be involved next month with a different commissioner working with you. Kind of staggered.
Yeah, you stay on for 2 consecutive meetings.
So do we, I've been talking with Brian and Mark's gone now with Brian, with regard to upcoming planning for the jail with Winona County's leaving and getting the committee together and all what to do. You were gonna do that,
I'll talk with them.
'cause I've been talking to him, but should I continue or?
I
We have
think-
2 people that are gonna do it, or what are we gonna?
I'll make a point to get over there today and talk to them and like any information you've had over the last few discussions, because you've been going over on a regular basis. You may have information, probably not.
The information is pretty well, it's coming up.
We need to establish a committee,
We gotta get on that.
and so to do that, does that take board action?
I
Establish,
probably would do it by word action.
so I think for next week's meeting, we should have a establishment of, you know, I know it's been talked about, Dewey and Bob would be on it. I'm fine with that.
It's just a question. How do we move forward was the only thing I wanted to know, now that we've got our sheriff in place.
Well, we need to have a plan because as we know, things will possibly change drastically as far as population and then. It's staffing gonna be.
Well,
different.
we do, when the contract expires, that's.
Well,
Tentative.
Right.
They're gonna start
That's
that.
a fair amount of money too.
So we need to have a plan in place.
Contract will be $310,000.
Good point, Robert. Anything else?
So is the sheriff gonna request then a action item for considering establishing a, whatever we wanna call it, committee?
Either that or the chairman.
I think you could just add it as an action item.
Okay,
Review the process of.
Jail policies.
to review process of jail policies.
Well,
In conjunction with one another. Because we aren't gonna change policy until we know when they're leaving.
well, it's just a review. of A budget, it's a budgetary review of the situation when the contract expires. So it'd be a budget committee or whatever you want to call it.
Carol and I could work on some
Yep.
verbiage, I guess.
Yep.
That's just what I don't
We
wanna
know what we're
forget.
talking about, it's just a question of how to discuss.
Okay.
So we just need to be prepared. It is gonna make a big difference.
Be prepared.
The Be Prepared Committee. Okay.
Okay. Mr. Johnson, got anything you need?
No, that's what I was gonna bring up too, so I don't have. Can't think of anything right now.
Mr. Burr?
Nothing comes to the top of my mind.
Mr. Schultz? What did you get yourself into? You say you
Just kind of curious, on the email and keeping me up to speed on things.
You get a phone or a computer yet?
Nothing.
You need to talk with Andy Mildy.
get down with Andy today.
Yeah.
He's our
It was
IT
helpful having all the stuff ahead of time for the last month. Thank you, Carol, and thank you for
Yeah.
providing me with documents that really help, but there's
I could take you down to Andy's office after the meeting.
a little bit more scheduling stuff would be helpful.
Have to get the personnel
Right.
Oh,
right after the meeting.
Right, that's something you get, because now you're legally sworn in, so now you can meet with Andy. He'll
I
set
could
you
make
where-
a help ticket and include your maybe personal email and then he could connect with you.
Actually, I think the request.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Does he get Teresa's Chrome and telephone?
I'll call
Andy's got the equipment, he can figure all that out. He'll set you all up.
Go ahead.
His office is on the first floor,
Oh, yeah.
you know where,
I've been-
okay, you know, you've worked with him, you know, so.
Then you gotta go to personnel for your insurance, stuff if you want.
He's holding it, you know, your
W.
Yeah, because this is the first pay roll of the year, so we need your information prior to. That's probably find it.
Yeah, personnel and you'll be.
I guess anything else that people can share with you, we appreciate it.
Well, I'll share you my phone number.
Yeah, I got that. I
You got
captured
it?
that when
All
you
right.
called me, so.
Okay, yeah.
Got mine. Good business on time.
I've got
Any
yours
questions?
too.
All right.
Any questions? Feel
Well,
free to
I
ask.
need yours on. What's yours?
608 799 2607. 799.
Mr. Meyer, anything you know?
Really, I got nothing. I think we should,
You have one question. This is for you.
Okay.
The Pineview close.
To my knowledge, no, they have not officially closed. The EDA has been doing everything that they can to help. A while ago, I connected with the state because if a business has a certain number of employees, they have to notify the state if they are closing. At that time, the state had been notified that they were closing. And the closing date was for February. But since then, we have been told that they are not closing. However, I have not been able to verify that with the local people.
I talked
So we genuinely don't know exactly.
I talked to somebody that does Meals on Wheels. And they were told Wednesday, bring up the Meals on Wheels, it's the last time. You won't need to bring Meals on Wheels anymore. That's what they told.
All the patients had,
Oh,
I mean, if they don't have workers, they can't stay open.
Right.
Most of their workers went to the places.
Okay,
Maybe that's
fine.
what Molly said, like her mom was one of the last people.
okay, so that's news to me. I guess the EDA
That's why I was asking
doesn't
you.
know for sure.
Wow. Something I heard.
So there's nobody up there right now? It's closed or?
We can't say one or the other, I don't think officially.
I think there's
Where do all these people get shifted to other nursing homes? How did they ever get into all?
Some went to Harmony, some went to. Sprinkles, who knows?
Filled up the Colada house.
Huh?
They filled up the Colada.
Yeah. I don't know about useless.
Before I get that,
An email, that's all I get out. Calls.
okay, anything else? Else we go to the call. Any closing comment? Any closing comment? There's Andy right there, just read it, the guy. There being no closing comment, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Doesn't take long to
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
What's their name?
Who seconded that?
Great.
Hey, I did.
Oh, great, okay.